Good evening, everybody, and thank you for your welcome this evening. My name is Chris Hickford. I am the founder and chief executive of the Eikon charity, and we are a Surrey-based charity providing support to some of the county's most vulnerable young people. To give you a specific emphasis of our focus, an understanding of our focus, let me tell you a real-life scenario. When I was many years ago, when I was a young man, I was a volunteer in a youth club on a Saturday night. And a 13-year-old lad came up to me and told me that 2 days earlier he'd come home from school to discover his dad had committed suicide. He was the first on the scene. This guy, 13 years old, did everything right. Cut the rope, called an ambulance, called his mum, in that order. But you just knew at that point, I just knew that his life was about to change forever. And I tried to get him lots of support. I spent about 2 weeks in the evenings after I was finished my normal work trying to get him some support. And I was knocked back all the time, either with huge waiting lists for him to get some support, or that his problem wasn't severe enough. He wasn't homeless at that point. He wasn't on drugs. He wasn't being kicked out of school. And even though I said to them, he's likely to be all of those things if we don't step in now, we were constantly told there's nothing we can do. We have to focus our resources at the point of crisis. And I thought, with a few of my friends that we were doing this with, that was complete bonkers. Why do we let young people go through a hard time and only step in when they're at crisis point? It was crazy. So we set up a charity, and we've been operating for 18 years ever since. I told you we were Surrey-based. Really, do these problems, is life that difficult in Surrey? Well, let me tell you, in a recent NHS report, they identified the top 11 boroughs across the country for hazardous drinking amongst parents. Surrey had 7 of those 11 boroughs. Surrey also has the highest levels of family debt within the country. Surrey also has the highest levels of divorce outside of Greater London. Family life in Surrey is imploding. We need to be there. Our model, our solution for this problem is our youth specialists programme. Our youth specialists are highly qualified, huge, big characters that we place into secondary schools within Surrey. We are in 4 at the moment, but the results are so transformational with young people that we need to increase that more. The reason they're so successful is because of the model. They are full-time, there are these big characters, young people can refer to the youth specialists during lesson time, after school, whenever. And they get the support in the early stages of a problem so that we avoid the crisis altogether. I would like to introduce to you Leah. Leah's going to come and tell her story to all of us. Leah, thank you.
Hi, my name's Leah. I'm 17 years old and studying for my A-levels at Farmer Sixth Form. I have a passion for current affairs and hope to go on to university to study management and politics. I'm proud of these achievements because my childhood was not always an easy one. With just my mum at home, from an early age, I was the one who looked after my sister, and it was often me who got us to school on the rare occasions that we went. Attendance became so poor that in the end Mum was taken to court over this. By the time we got to secondary school, things had gotten even worse. My mum was drinking heavily, which meant she was sometimes violent with us. I spoke to my head of year about some of these problems, and she referred me to Maddie, an Eikon youth specialist based at the school. On that first day with Maddie, she could tell how serious things had become. And rather than send us home, she stayed with us in McDonald's until late in the evening while social care decided the best situation for us. I ended up staying with a variety of relatives for a while, which wasn't always easy. I remember Mother's Day that year, which resulted in terrible rows because we'd spent the day with my dad. Sundays were the only day we got to see him. In the end, we settled on living with my grandparents, which is where we still are now. All of this going on in my personal life meant that I missed classes, found it difficult to concentrate, and was extremely anxious about the future. As well as helping to get me and Saffron removed from a bad situation at home, Maddie became someone that I could at first see on a daily basis and then weekly as things started to gradually improve. She would listen to me and help me work through my worries. Maddie also helped me stay in contact with Mum and acted as a bit of a middleman. In a nutshell, Eikon helped me feel more comfortable about what was going on, and things became less stressful than they had been. I'm happy to say that I've just completed my AS levels with 3 A's and a C.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I'm proud of these achievements and the fact that I didn't self-destruct, which would have been an easy thing to do. Without Eikon, I could still be living with Mum trying to fix things that I wasn't able to fix. The bad attendance and lack of concentration would have continued, and who knows where I would have ended up. I now don't need to see Maddie regularly, but I know that she is there if I ever need to call on her for help. I think that Eikon has a really important role to play in helping young people when they don't know who to turn to and being there for as long as they need.
Thank you very much, fantastic. Are we any good at what we do? I brought a few statistics along that just identify, from a snapshot of the last figures that I saw, some of the impact of the work that we had. 73% reduction in incidents involving police, 60% reduction in poor behaviour, 91% increase in school attendance. In closing, I would say this: the model that we have tweaked over many years is having a huge impact on the young people that we work with. It has the power to transform not only their lives, but the lives of their family, the school that they go to, the estate that they live on, the communities that they live on, and even, because we are doing it at a fraction of the cost as if they were in crisis point, we are affecting the local and national economy. Any money that you donate tonight will go directly to setting up a new youth specialist in a new school. Thank you very much.